The last message that I got was on Friday before Shabbat, and it was from a good friend of mine, member of our fellowship. I actually learned together with him and with Ari at Shirat Avi with Rav Shlomo Katz, and he hopped over to my house on the farm. He asked Tehila permission. She said, sure, come on over. Jeremy will be happy to see you. Even though most of the time I'm just knocked out, exhausted, I happened to be kind of like hobbling around the house, and he came to visit me. And we were talking, and he was kind of, giving me words of wisdom and trying to give me strength. And he says, I just haven't really figured out why this has happened. And he immediately says, Jeremy, you should never ask the question why. And he quotes a rabbi named Rabbi Biederman. And he says there is a quote from the book of Psalms that Rav Biederman has brought an amazing teaching on. In Psalm 115, and what does it say? It says, Lama yomru vagoyim, why shall the nations say? And Rav Biederman stops the verse there. And he says, why? When you ask the question about God, why? That's just what the godless nations say. Where is their God? Why is this happening? And the next verse, I looked it up in Psalm 15 because that's Rav Biederman's teaching. Is Lama Yomru Vagoim. Why do the nations say? Well, it's the nations. That's just what they say. And the next verse in the same psalm is, but our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. And it's like, oh, our God is like in the heavens. He's beyond time. He's beyond space. He's beyond reason. You can't really ask the question why. You have to just come from a place of humility. And then I looked at the word in Hebrew, lama, which means why. And I said, you know what? Instead of asking why, we really need to ask the question, to what? Lema. It's the same letters, but it's a totally different question. To what end? To what purpose? For what reason? For what purpose is this happen? Meaning, we have to engage with reality with the fundamental axiom is that everything comes from Hashem and that everything has a reason and everything is for the good. Those are the three pillars of living a life as a believer. And then if that's true, everything comes from Hashem and everything has a reason. Lema, to what purpose has this happened to me? And then that really orients my thoughts. It's like, well, I'm in this situation now. This is reality. So lema, to what end? To what purpose is this happening? And then sometimes I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for the little things that usually I wouldn't even recognize. But I'm just so grateful that when my kids come home, they run to my bed and they come and they jump on my bed and they hug me and they snuggle me and they're so happy to see me. And I'm just so grateful for all of the little hugs in life and all of the little winks that God has just blessed me with. And I realized that gratitude is an outcome creator. And the outcome is optimism. When you live a life of gratitude, optimism is the outcome. It's like once you're already grateful for all of the things that you do have, and you're not focusing on what you don't have, that leaves so much more room for us to be optimistic. I'm getting stronger every day. I'm getting more focused every day. On Tuesday and Wednesday, my foot was in so much pain. The doctor actually prescribed me narcotics, opioids. And Tehila and Ari were like, Jeremy, do not take those drugs. And I'm like, but it hurts me so much. I'm like, no. And so right now, from Tuesday until Shabbat, I was on a cocktail of Tylenol and Advil because that's as much as Tehila would let me take. But then Shabbat, the pain left me. And now my foot is still a little bit sensitive, but that's official progress. And I can see that I'm getting stronger and I'm healing. And the reason why I'm so exhausted is that my body is just spending so much energy healing itself, healing the leg, healing the bones, healing my head, healing my back, healing my arm. It's just in a constant process of healing. And the life of gratitude is just birthing optimism in my life. And then with that, I can really ask that question. Never ask lama, ask lema. You don't ask why of God. God is beyond our thoughts and beyond our wisdom. There are things that have happened as an outcome of this accident that have just changed things in ways that I never could have predicted. I know that Ari's Nashville talk that he gave at the Israel Summit, I've gotten so much feedback because Ari quoted me in his talk. Now, had I been one of the guest speakers, I would have just been one of the other guest speakers because there was this mysterious, what's happened to Jeremy? And then I'm being quoted with a message from Israel. I know that impact was so much stronger. So I didn't personally need to give over the message, The most important thing is that my message was given over in the most impactful way. The change that I've experienced in relationships, there's just so many, and who knows what the future holds. But what I can ask is lima, to what end and to what purpose? This is now happening to me. How can I respond? How can this make me more loving? How can this make me better? How can this make me stronger? And so with that, I want to bless everyone that they should always ask the right question. Never ask lama, only ask lema. Don't ask why, but ask to what end, to what purpose, because we're always going to be challenged with life. Sometimes it just takes a Friday afternoon ride with a horse and your whole world just sideswipes you and you flipped upside down. But then when the chaos comes in, the best way to reorient ourselves is to say, well, this is reality now. I don't understand it, but I trust that it's all for the good. And now how do I engage? How do I make the best of this situation